All right, guys, time to look at Near Protocol, or Near, on the channel for the first time since September the 18th. So we're talking about just a little bit less than a month. So we are pretty much almost at the same point. If we zoom in over here, guys, this is where we closed at about, what, $3.17. We're at $2.96 right now, but we were as high as about $3.22 earlier today. And we're still flirting with this level here at about $3.15. We just can't seem to break this. And if we go back a little bit farther in the history, guys, we really haven't been above this point since about March. We only had a little bit of a, what we can call maybe a little bit of a fake out here. We hit this resistance, got rejected, tried to get back up again, and just failed to get back, above the $3.15 mark since about the 23rd of May. So this is quite some time, guys. We're talking about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 months, guys. This is quite some time that we've been stuck under $3.15. This is a very big level for Near, and we are still above this trend line, which is a good thing. I mean, this started back in February, early February. We finally broke this trend line on 18th September. That's actually when we did this video. Last time we actually came back to retest. We fell back under it though, and we had to re-break it on the 1st of October. So we have since then stayed above it, so that's a good sign. We're 10 days above it now. But yeah, we did have to break this trend line twice, basically in the last month. Now, jumping over to the volume profile, I know it's really hard to see, but we're about right here, guys. We're right on the edge of breaking this candlestick of volume. Now, this is the largest volume candlestick, and let's just estimate here because it's really hard to see, but I would say about $3.05 or so would break this candle. But then we have the third largest candle coming up, and really we need to get above about $3, let's say 90 cents or so. That's just an estimate as well because it's really hard to zoom in here and look at this whole volume profile here. But basically, once we break this, $3 mark, $3.05 mark, we're going to start stair-stepping our way up. Now, looking at the Bollinger Bands on a monthly time frame, you can see we had a more narrow point here in the beginning of 2024, kind of led to a little bit of a pop here, but this is very wide, I would say. But if we look at this on a weekly time frame, it's actually quite narrow really here, and it's been pretty narrow since about July. Let's see, let's take a look at the history back here. Now, we did have a more narrow point back in October of 23, but guys, this is fairly narrow, so this may be helping the price action a little bit, although it is not really pinching in on one another. You need these blue lines really to come in and pinch, and that would lead to more of a pop. Now, on the daily time frame, a little bit fat right now. It's kind of like an intestine, like I usually say. So I don't think on the daily time frame this is helping, but guys, on the weekly time frame it is a little bit more interesting, I can say, just because it's so narrow here. Now, jumping over to the RSI and stochastic here, the monthly time frame stochastic actually is oversold, sloping up though, so this is a good sign. Now, the RSI is pretty much almost at the lowest point it's ever been, also sloping up. So on the monthly time frame, this looks pretty good. The weekly time frame, blue line has just crossed the red line to the downside, unfortunately, just getting out of this overheated territory as well. RSI kind of flat at the moment. Now, the daily time frame, blue line looks like it wants to cross the red line to the upside. It's not overheated or anything yet. RSI is also pointed up. So monthly and daily actually looks pretty good here. Now, the 4-hour time frame, it's actually coming down pretty heavily on stochastic. RSI kind of flat though. So yeah, but mixed signal in my opinion. Now, the 1-hour time frame, it is oversold here. Blue line looks like it wants to cross this red line and start coming back up. The RSI is sloping down just slightly though. So again, this is kind of a faster time frame. And yeah, I do think this will start to curve back to the upside once this stochastic starts to rise. Now, 15-minute time frame. This is interesting. Looks like the blue line wants to go back down and probably cross this red line. Just have to kind of wait and see. But the RSI is kind of flat right now. pretty much at a low point as well. So yeah, in my opinion, we're more worried about the longer term time frames, guys, and the monthly and daily look pretty good. So that's a good sign, Now let's zoom out here and just kind of put this on a 4-hour time frame. And you can see we've just been rejected here basically at the $3.15 mark. So really, I don't expect to break this without a few of these indicators kind of resetting. But yeah, I do think we will break it. It's just not going to be so easy, guys, because you can see in the past, it's been kind of a resistance for us. So we've been stuck here a very long time. And yeah, we will break it, but just it's a matter of when. Now, one more indicator to consider is the MACD, guys, and you can see here that the red period here is kind of fading. We have light red candles. The blue line is also curving up here. It's probably going to cross this red line at least in the next month or two, and we're going to get another green wave. I'm very sure of that, guys. Now, on the weekly time frame, let's take a look here. We're in a green period for quite a while. So since mid-May, we've been in the green period. Blue line is still, going to the upside here, and it could go a lot farther up. As you see here, at least locally, it's been up to as high as 1.36, and in the past it's been even higher, guys. It's been up to about 2.8, let's say. Now on the daily time frame, let's take a look here. Yeah, we're kind of trying to get out of this red period. We just started it yesterday. We had a dark red candle, but this is a light red candle. So maybe we're about to get that green wave again. Maybe see something like this. But yeah, it looks like the blue line, both, the blue line and the red line are kind of flat. Red line may be sloping down a little bit more than this blue line. But I do think this blue line wants to cross this red line and move back to the upside. Now, NEAR is the number 47 project, guys. It's only up about 3.5% today. Nothing major, but there really isn't much up today, guys, because everything is so down, especially from the trade war with China and what Trump has said about China. And we have a lot of negative news about that, guys. But anyways, you can see my holdings here. This is one of my bigger holdings, actually. And my average cost, this could be pretty close to correct, guys. I wouldn't say it's 100% correct, but I did buy a lot of NEAR around $1. So probably brought my average down a lot, because I remember my first buy was around $3. Now, max supply, this is just one thing that I don't like about NEAR. It's infinite. But the circulating supply is still pretty low. You only have about 1.25 billion circulating. And a lot of people say this is a mini Solana, guys. So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something comparable, this is, probably the closest thing to Solana, really. Now, if you want to look at the all-time high, it's down here at about $20.50 here. It's about an 85% discount at the moment. That was about 3 years ago, guys. All-time low, well, it's about 5 years ago, and if you bought it then, you have about a 460% gain since then. Now, Bitcoin has dropped like a rock today and has basically broken 6 supports here along the way. Basically, it got a bounce on the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. If I zoom out, you'll see this, guys. You do have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, and the neckline was about right here, and it got a bounce right there, guys. So let's see how many of these it can reclaim to make support. And I just don't think we're going to get it back really above this green line for sure. But maybe it's a possibility we can reclaim a couple or at least 3 of these daily supports. So right now, let's see what happens, but it does have a long way to go to at least reclaim this support here at 118,400. So I'm just not sure we're going to make that, but you never know, guys. And sometimes I wake up the next day and, I'm surprised. Now, we do need to be aware that there is a possibility we are working our way down to fill this gap. So this gap actually starts at about, let's see, what is this? 111, let's say 350, guys. And it will be filled down at about 110, 100. So there is an extreme possibility that we could fill this gap. It's probably not going to happen today, of course, but maybe next week that, this momentum could continue and we could fill this gap before we get this bounce. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with Bybit, MEXC, BingX, Bitrue, BTSC, WeX, and CoinEx. Guys, you can also find Moodix here. You can get a free 7-day trial. If you're looking for a cold wallet, I do have a partnership with CypherRock, and you can get 17% off your wallet today if you click this link. And guys, you can follow me on X here. Now, while Bitcoin has been dropping like a rock, so has Ethereum, guys, but it is just holding on to the $4,000 level. So let's see if we can get a bounce here and get out of this box again. But guys, keep in mind, we are still making higher lows. So here was the last low. Could this be the next higher low? So it's a very good possibility. If we start to break down lower than this point, then we do have a problem, of course. But I would definitely like to get out of this box at least, and maybe even reclaim a couple of these weekly supports now. Let's see what happens. We broke what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 supports today, just like Bitcoin. But most of these are weekly supports. Now, total market cap is sitting about 3.92 trillion. Unfortunately, we have gone under the 4 trillion mark, but it's not, the end of the world. But we did get kind of a rejection here at 4.22 trillion. And yeah, we are holding on to this, 3.9 trillion support at the moment. Now, if we go to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, you can see that we're sitting at 1.58 trillion. So we have lost a lot of supports here. We almost have a bearish engulfing candle from the previous week, as you see, guys. So let's see what happens. There's still, a couple of days on this candle, of course. But yeah, we are, getting quite a rejection here. Bitcoin dominance, though, is kind of hanging around the same area as I've been seeing it pretty much all day today. So we're at 59.55%, but it really hasn't budged that much all day. Now, if we look at the USDT dominance, guys, unfortunately, people are taking their money out of crypto and putting it into USDT. So it's getting a bounce here, guys. This 4.18% is very strong support for USDT dominance, as you can see. Altcoin season index at a 59. Right before this video, though, I just refreshed this. It was at a 57, so it is starting to warm up just a little bit here. Liquidation heat map. Look at this, guys. $1.3 billion have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So, yeah, guys, please be careful if you're using leverage. Now, fear and greed at a 64 today. I do expect this to cool down quite a bit. I would expect to be somewhere around 50 probably at least after today. Now, the bull market peak indicator cell at the top, still 0 from 30, guys. So nothing is indicating that this is all over. Pi cycle top indicator, I think it's cooled down a little bit, but it's sitting at 60.69% progress. And this is what 60.69% progress looks like. As for the economic calendar next week, guys, it looks like a lot of speakers will be speaking next week, but it depends on the government shutdown too, what data we get. I'm not sure we're going to get CPI if the government shutdown doesn't end, by Tuesday. But CPI is planned for Wednesday, and New York Empire State Manufacturing Index also. Now, Thursday, you do have some manufacturing. You got PPI, you got jobless claims, core retail sales, things like this, guys, coming out on that day. Friday, you've got average hourly earnings. You've got non-farm payrolls, private non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, industrial production, things like this. But guys, we have to really be patient and see whether this shutdown really ends or not. And if so, then maybe we get all of this economic data next week. Now, we did have a very negative day today. As you see, it's 0.76 red today. So sentiment is still risk on, but this trend is fading, unfortunately. And guys, look at this news. I mean, basically, this piece of news right here was pretty negative. Also, we had, what other negative news here? Yeah, Trump and China becoming very hostile, calculating increased tariffs on Chinese products, many countermeasures under consideration. So look at this, 0.795 negative news. FedWatch Tools is calling for a 97% chance that we're going to get a quarter-point cut. So let's see if that happens. The next actual meeting is in about, 18 days, almost 19 days, guys. So keep that in mind. Crypto bubbles, not looking too good. Let's just put this on the hour because it's green. So that is nice to see here. And guys, if you want to stake your Near protocol, go to CoinOndo. There's 42 results here. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. Use some of those links down below. Of course, I do get commission, but it's very little, guys, and I really appreciate those who have been using my links. And guys, I will see you in the next one.